Hey guys, this is Fred from Task, and I've got a video commentary about the new patch for Battlefield, which came out a few weeks ago on PS3. Now it's out on Xbox and PC as well. At first I wanted to do something informative and somewhat structured, but as of now I've got some Scotch whiskey in my hand and I'm preparing for the long Easter weekend, so I'm gonna be more casual about it. So here it goes. The first thing on the agenda is the mortar. The mortar fix included something where you can deploy it where it's out of bound for the enemy team. Now, some people were complaining about it, about mortar spammer. It wasn't really a problem for me because I thought it was pretty easily counterable, but still they fixed it, and the way they fixed it opens the door for some abuse to some extent, where a very overwhelming team could basically deploy the mortar while the enemy can't do anything about it. Another fix was, as you will see in this clip, you're supposed to be exiting the mortar in the direction you're facing. Well, no, doesn't work. Still 90-degree angles from where you're facing, and you don't see the guy who walked up in front of you. Yeah, good job, buffoon. Teabag me, why don't you? Yeah. Alright. Next thing, the infamous MAV. This flying electric shaver. That thing that pisses off everybody. Now, it's supposed to say the MAV kill you when you're getting killed by it. Obviously, this needs some more work because, as you will see in this clip, I get killed by my friend's MAV, and I'm getting killed in capital letters. So that needs more work. I know that I have seen in the kill feed on the corner of the screen that it says MAV, but when you get killed by it, you still don't know what hit you if you didn't actually see it. As you saw in the previous clip, it blew up, but still, there is a way to kill people with it and not have it blow up. The good thing is that it says that bad luck killed you, but you will still need to respawn and bleed a ticket. So for personal stat padding, this won't get abused much, but still it's as annoying as it always was. You see it? It's flying away right there. There it is. So it's as annoying as it was, but I guess people won't be inclined to do it because it won't be a stat padding kind of thing. According to the patch, you cannot lift with the MAV. Well, guess what? You can. Just have to find a proper way to do it. Apparently I suck because I never could do it. I never managed to lift up with a MAV, but I had my friend do it for me just to show it to you guys. And when we filmed this, when we captured this, I noticed that my stinger wouldn't lock on it. So we went and do some more testing. Obviously the stinger range was reduced, so I thought it had something to do with it. So I went a bit further to check it out, check the possibilities. But as of now, you can't lock on to a MAV with your stinger, which sucks because, as you guys probably know, it's really hard to take those things down with bullets. Now you can't lock onto it. I don't know if that was intentional. I haven't read anything about it anywhere. But there you have it. In this clip you see it's pretty clear that I can't lock onto it, and I'm getting pretty frustrated about it. Next thing on the agenda to talk about is the EOD Bot. Now this little thing is a pretty useful tool. They tweaked the controls for it. Honestly, I can't complain. It's really more user friendly, and you can spot with it. This clip will confirm it. So the controls are really smoother, and you can spot people by pressing your standard spot button. You can spot anything on the map with it. However, it's true for the MAV. You don't auto-enter it when you deploy it, but they failed to include it for the EOD Bot. I don't know why. C4. You're supposed to be able to detonate your C4 if you're revived within 5 seconds after your death. Now, we tried to do it as much as we could, but we never could have this. Like, Kyle here is laying down some C4, I kill him, he gets revived, and you guys can count. I mean, set your watch to 5 seconds and time it. It doesn't take 5 seconds for him to come back, and yet you see it pretty clearly in this clip. The C4 just disappears. So that needs some more work. There you go, give me your tags, man. That was actually the first time I ever got good Kyle's tags. Kinda cheap, I know. Right, so as you see, once again, the C4 is being laid down on the floor. I kill him. Within 5 seconds, he gets revived, and then poof! Like magic, it disappears. Oh well. One of the other things that need more work. Now, vehicles. Vehicles, they were tweaked a lot. I won't go into details about them.
One thing is that you can detonate claymores with heavy vehicles. In light vehicles you get damaged and you get disabled or killed, but with a heavy vehicle you can detonate them and it's not supposed to give you any damage, but as you can see on this clip, I had reactive armor and it blew up my reactive armor. Now where's the logic in that? I do wonder. Anyways, so when I saw that, I tried it with the EOD bot and it doesn't work. EOD Bot doesn't blow up the claymore, and as you can see again in this clip, this is really easier to move around now. They really did a great job on it. Knife! My favorite weapon in Battlefield. I actually make it a playstyle to knife people. 2 swipes to take down 1 person. There you go. I didn't get tags from it, but at least I killed someone, and this will make Panic Knife happen much more, which adds fun to the game, I guess. People were complaining that snipers were underpowered. Now they did this fix, where you can kill someone with a bolt action when you're within close range, and you're aiming for the upper chest area. Now, they weren't kidding. It's really only the upper chest area. You will see in this clip that I will try to land a few shots at 5 meters, and how I measure that was with the objective. Actually, I will go towards Alpha and I will measure 5 meters from my opponents. So the upper body shots needs to be from the heart level and up. You can't shoot the belly, because it's a well-known fact that battlefield soldiers are alcoholics with massive beer cushions. So you can't kill anybody by shooting at the belly. Now, as you saw, I killed Buffoon by shooting him in the upper chest. Actually, it was a throat area. I will try to take down Kyle here, just letting him regain his health right quick. When you shoot someone in the belly, it doesn't work. It takes him down to about 5% health, I guess, from the meter above his head. That would be my guess. And when you're aiming at the upper part from the heart and up, it's insta-kill. That's good, because you won't see any snipers running gunning with their sniper rifle NG-18 suppressed. That's kinda good, because sniper rifles are not meant to be shotguns. I think they did a good job there. Other fixes, well, there was a bunch of them. One of them was dying from an explosion from a static object. Now, instead of dying from bad luck, you die from the guy who made the explosion. And not only that, the other guy gets credited with the weapon that caused the explosion. In that case, the grenade. You have increased inaccuracy and recoil when you're suppressed. Now, suppression became a big thing with that patch. One thing that I wanted to test is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the tips while the map is loading, there's a tip that says that the handgun, the secondary weapon, is not affected by suppression. As you saw in that clip,
I could shoot pretty accurately with my sidearm, which kinda lets you out of a sticky situation. Now the suppression, as you saw just there, I get damaged because that shot was spot on, but I'm not suppressed. That actually gives a penalty to player with high accuracy, because if you land your shot, you will not suppress the opponent, but if the opponent just turns around and shoots you, you will get suppressed and you will have a hard time landing the remaining of your shots to kill him. So that gives the other player a fighting chance, which is good on paper, but what does it give to people with great accuracy? One of the things that wasn't in the patch notes was fixes to the spawn beacon, and honestly I don't understand them. One of them is that when you get pushed back on rush, well, it used to push you back when the opposing team get the objective, and your spawn beacon used to be destroyed right there, instantly. As you can see, my spawn beacon is still up, still operational. I can't comment on that. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's a change, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. However, one thing I do not get is that you cannot spawn on your spawn beacon unless you're in a squad. Now, when I play with random people, I like to get out of the squad because I don't want them to blow my cover. Obviously, if I can't speak to them, if I don't use a microphone with them, I can tell them not to spawn on it because, I don't know, someone might camp it, or maybe I don't want them to blow my cover. But now I can do that. You need to be in a squad to spawn on your spawn beacon. As you can see, it's no longer in my menu. And it's not because it was destroyed, you saw the whole thing. As for ribbons and medals, there were a number of tweaks. The Nemesis medal takes 30 ribbons to get instead of 50. This is just an example, there are plenty of them. Suppression is really easy to get now. MCOM attacker is 2 MCOMs. MCOM defender is 2 defense instead of 4. So it's really much more easier to get ribbons now. It's kinda good, it's kinda bad in the sense that I kinda like the challenge. I had the decorated trophy before the patch. I'm pretty proud about it because especially the MCOM defender, that is not my play style at all. I do not camp objective, I get restless a lot, I need to move around, that's how I play. And it took me forever to get that goddamn ribbon. Now it's not that big of a deal, but on the good side, I mean, it would have taken me 3 years to get the suppression medal, but now I actually have some hopes of getting it. So, you know, I have mixed feeling about it, but it's not necessarily good or bad, it's just really different. But I will give a big shout out to everyone who had every medal before the patch and everyone who had the decorated trophy before the patch, because that's pretty badass.
Now there are a lot of other things to talk about. Obviously the weapons, they did a lot of things to most of the weapons and the vehicle as well, but I don't want to go into that because that's really up to everyone's interpretation and personal preferences. Everybody will have to get used to that. I could also talk about the rented server, which I will just say this. This is basically the best thing that could happen to online gaming on consoles. This is great. I mean, you can rent servers and play with your friends, and that's all I'm gonna say. Everybody can think of ways to exploit it, but you know what? They'll get bored eventually and we'll get rid of them. In the meantime, I'm gonna play with my friends.
Another thing that they changed without really mentioning it is the duration of the smoke screen from the M320. Now it's pretty much useless. I mean, look at that. I just shot it and it's already gone. There was something needed about the M320 smoke, and it was the fact that you can spam the spot button through it and mark people. Now that doesn't make sense. It should block your view. You shouldn't be able to do it.
And the last thing I wanted to talk about is I noticed that dead soldiers kit seem to disappear much quicker. Now the rationale behind it seems to be when you respawn. When you respawn, your kit disappears. No more shopping around for fallen soldiers kit, man. So that's basically it. These were the things I noticed after the patch, and I focused on things that weren't mentioned in the notes and things I wanted to verify. If you have any ideas that you would like me to test out with my friends, feel free to submit them. I'll be glad to test them out. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my scotch and get back to my online gaming. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys on Battlefield. Thanks a lot. As always, like and subscribe. Cheers.